Okay, Salahuddin. Yeah. Last time you told me the rule is as long as you have the correct answer on the page, then you're supposed to get the credit. Yeah, so you told me the rule, right? So you told me that rule, Salahuddin told me that rule, so I thought probably there is a rule. So I went to the math department that night and I talked to the chairperson. And they said, no, of course not. There is no rule. The rule is if you show correct work, you get the credit. If you don't show correct work, there is no credit. So I was like, my students are messing with me then. No, it's because our recitation, the teacher said that to us. And I also told him that, hey, their recitation instructors are telling them that this is the rule. As long as you have something on the paper, the correct answer somewhere. If you're misinformed, you should all get at least 10 to 20 points. Life is not so cool.
How can I explain this? Like, what am I supposed to write on the side? Like, I plugged in 3, 4x plus 2, and it is less.
So you should show the one. You plugged in 3 for this.
And now what I got credit?
Exactly.
Or this
So you're same thing. Like you suddenly give me a choice without doing anything at all. So why do you expect? Be here clearly said.
I know.
No, what
I
means
forgot about
no.
that.
And that's how final exam works.
You asked where does it come from, but this is like the derivative of like the sphere formula.
So what is the formula for the sphere?
It's like 4/3 and then like pi or like to the q power, right?
Exactly. So there is the formula.
I had to write that down and then okay.
Without the formula, how do you find the derivative?
Because I knew the derivative, like I memorized it. So basically, like that's what you're supposed to get. Like, and I just solved the equation.
But without formula, like it doesn't make sense. Without formula, how can you have a derivative?
Because I knew the formula. So like literally we just
exactly you know the formula. So write it down and then show the derivative. You suddenly give me derivative. It's derivative of
So
what?
you want me to write the formula and then so I'll get
You must.
Okay.
You must see anything important you cannot leave out.
Okay, bro.
The formula is important because without formula, where do you get derivative?
Okay, thank you, miss.
All right.
But I'm glad you talked to me. This is the first time you talked to me in the semester.
I was going through that folder, right? On the second exam, I got 106. So what if we move those 6 points here? Because they didn't go anywhere. They're just like floating around. Okay. All right.
Make sure you think about it. What if my final grade after the final was like a 59?
Yeah, like
Wave?
no way.
No, can you just like drop a grade if I get like a 59?
Cannot drop anything by the department policy because we have to submit the grade book to the department. But I calculated your grades and I can tell you
And yes, 60.
how many 62.
Yeah. So I was like, what if I get like a 60?
60 is not enough. You need 62, so William.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need 18 questions correct. 18 out of 32, not bad. But there's a good news.
What if we make that like a 2?
Even if you get this 2, let me show you. So let me make this 2. Let's say you got 60 here. Okay, you're fine. Let's see if you have 59 here. You're still fine.
I think I get a
if you have 58 here, you're still fine. So yeah.
Oh, me. Let's do my diagnosis.
Bro, what is yours?
How much do you need?
I need 18.
You need 18% on the final to pass?
Yeah.
You need 18% on the final.
No,
18 questions correct.
What percentage?
So let's see.
58?
Yeah.
That's it?
60 actually.
Wait.
Divided by 3, 5,
means-
5.
How about me?
So you need 17 questions
17
instead of
questions
18.
stuff, yeah.
How about me?
So look for easy 17 questions. Or you, Salahuddin, you need 18
Hey,
questions.
we're on the same boat, bro.
Yo, you're trolling. But if we do get 50, like you can't just fail it. Like you have to give us like another assignment. Like
I don't have to do anything.
Okay, you don't have to, out of the kindness of your heart. Also, Ramadan is coming up, right? So we gotta like we gotta
You cannot blackmail me.
No, please, please.
Exactly.
If we studied so hard for the final, you know we care about the class. So you
I
can
don't
give.
see you do. Because you're mostly
No,
absent.
Tim.
And anytime you're here, you're on your phone.
No,
And even if you're not on phone, what you do, you put your headphone and you turn on your phone and then show me like, oh, you're listening to me. But I know you're not listening to me at all. So you cannot say you're serious, okay?
Did you grade the extra?
If Jawad say he's serious, I'll believe him.
Okay,
But you, sorry,
okay.
I cannot believe you.
But like we're gonna all of us are gonna try in the final to pass. And if we do end up passing,
So do well in the final.
huh? I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna
Get a
use the
good score in the
booklet.
final.
I'm gonna try. But I'm saying like if we do end up
And you have to
passing,
show correct work. With the,
wait, with the
best
multiple choice.
of course,
Multiple choice. I think there should work multiple choice.
you must show work.
Why?
Wait, no, please, no.
Why?
Be honest. Can you?
Because there is no point for guessing.
That's the department. Huh?
Without guessing
That's what the
without
department
guessing,
says?
of course.
They said if there's no work, even if the question is correct, the
Exactly.
multiple choice
Exactly.
isn't it a scantron? It's not a scantron.
No. It's a written exam, and then once you do everything here, you transfer information to the Scantron.
Why is there
So
no partial
departments-
credit though? There's no partial credit on the.
Exactly, in the final exam.
So that means
Full credit, no credit. Oh, I did something wrong. So you get full credit if you show correct work, pick the correct multiple choice.
Did you grade the 11 extra credit cards again?
I graded and I'll edit.
Okay, and then I'll only need a 50, right?
Do well in the final.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Like
Do
we don't.
as good as possible. If you do well in the final, it will help you.
Is 2001 easier? I looked at their exam. It's just algebra 2.
In 2001, half of the portion is 1030, math 1030 algebra, and the half is
There's no derivative.
trigonometry. Yeah, but here trigonometry.
But we know.
Do you know what is trigonometry?
Yeah, cosine this.
So if you're happy with the trigonometry, then yeah, 2001 is.
I got the right answer for number 10, but look, this was the work. Must be by the
So you have 0/0.
No, I was
0/0 is not 0.
I was thinking in my head.
I don't see your head.
That was
See, you have to show me correct one. Highest, let's see. Who got the highest? Good question. Who got the highest?
Who got the highest?
Uh,
You got this question.
I don't even see anything. Oh, Amid, 84.
Wait, why is this? How do I explain this? Do I like,
How do you know it's DNA?
because it's a 0, it's over 0.
So I guess.
Zero, just because you see 0 in the denominator doesn't mean it doesn't exist. This also has a 0 in the denominator.
No,
That didn't take a points here. 0/0 is not 0. But I just
yo, this is not fair.
didn't see it.
I guess this one,
Yes, there is, the department told me there is no point for this.
even for the finals.
Exactly. That's why.
So even if you,
That's why I'm so strict in my.
oh, no, even if we run out of time, you can't guess.
Let's go over the exam.
What score?
Hmm?
What score is 18 questions? 70? I need a 70 in the finals class.
18 questions correct. So 18 times 3.5 is 63.
I don't think that math is mathing. 3.5.
Each question is 3.5.
Just do 18 divided by 30.
Why do you need 18 divided by 10?
Because there's 30 questions, right?
Yeah, but Zoe,
I need a 60.
it's
If I
60%.
get a 50, yeah, I need a 60%. It's fine, right?
You need 60% of party to pass.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Why is that 60 points?
Oh, yeah, I know.
How many points you need? You need 63 points.
No, we worst grade.
Yeah, but I'll tell you good news tomorrow. Okay?
I'm not here tomorrow.
Then keep an eye
I'm
on.
gonna study though.
Yeah. Let's go over the exam, guys.
Wait, real quick. So for this, that's what I did. Like simple thing, and you give her credit. I didn't get credit. Literally, she did the exact same thing. Really, miss? Like, okay. She could keep her credit. Boxy, I want credit.
You're in silence.
That's not. Miss, can I get my credit then?
I get her high credit, so yes.
Okay, thank you, miss. Thank you.
Actually, she did. Yeah.
No, that's not. But like, it's right in. Okay, that's fine. I let her have it then. That's fine. It's great.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not the type of person like give you the
Okay.
without the function.
Okay, fine.
See?
So like all the final you have to like do like you have to write out the thing and then take the
But I
ruler.
think you-
One point. Okay.
I have to do 1 point out.
Okay, but that's yeah. Can we go over the limits?
Plus your answer is wrong.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Miss. So can we go over the limits for sure? Okay.
So 1 point. Oh, let me see how much is the total. 21. It's 22.
Okay.
And what is that? 22. 44.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go over the questions, which you'll see in the final exam. Unfortunately, all of them are in the final exam. Everything. I don't know which one you will see exactly, but all of them are from the final exam. So let me go over these 2 questions first, which most of you guessed without showing any work. So I didn't give you any credit. So in the final exam, let me tell you guys, even though it's a multiple choice question, but you don't get any credit if you don't show correct work. First, you have to show correct work and then pick the correct multiple choice. So 2 conditions to get points in a final exam. If one of them is missing, you don't get credit. So let's see you did correct work, but then the choices are very close to one another. I mean, you're here. What are you saying? I forgot. Amir, you're the star of the day. You got the highest score. 84.
Yo, there's no way.
Okay, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, no credit. So you have to get credit, you have to do correct work and then pick correct multiple choice. If one of them is not correct, then you don't get the credit. So if you have correct work, but you don't pick any multiple choice, still it's wrong. You know why? Because all those choices are very close to one another. For example, here, you may do millions of work here, but if you don't pick the correct choice, still 0. Because what's the answer? You may think any one of the answer. So how do we know which one you think is the correct answer? So you have to show all the work and then pick correct multiple choice. So for this question, it looks so tricky and everything, but actually it's so simple. When you look at the first function, it says when x is not 7, then this is your y value. So what's wrong with 7 and this y value? When you substitute 7, you get 7 squared minus 49 divided by 7 minus 7, which is 0 over 0. What did I tell you? Anytime you have 0 over 0, what do you have to do? Factor, modify. So in this modification, the first thing you think about is factoring, canceling. And if it's factoring, canceling not possible, probably it's rationalization. So here, is factoring possible? Yes. So we go ahead and factor. We have x squared minus 49 over x minus 7. When x is not 7. So what factor do we get on the top? X plus 7, x minus 7, and we have x minus 7 on the denominator. And then what happens? Cancel out. So when x is not 7, what is the y? X plus 7. Now if x is 7, do you have any problem? y equals 7 plus 7, 14. So that's how you modify to check when we resubstitute, do you have a problem or not? So when you modify the function, our y value is 14. But now look at this piece of information. They are saying, hey, when your x is 7, your y should be what? 15. See, oh, sorry, you don't see anything. Your y should be 15. For the same x value, do you have the same y value? No. So, since after modifying you substitute, so does the limit exist? Look at question number 1. How did you do question number 1? Let's do question number 1. You substitute, you get 3 square minus 8 times 3 plus 15. And then you have 3 square minus 7 times 3 plus 12. What do you have on the top? No, when you substitute, first you have to see your problem. What type of problem you have? 9 minus 12 plus 15, 9 minus 21 plus 12, 24. So you have 0 over 0. Anytime you see 0 over 0, what do? Modify. So limit x goes to 3. And now, Ellen, what do you have on the top? Ellen, what do you have on the top? X minus 3, x minus 5. And what do you have on the bottom? X minus 3, x minus 4. So what do you see? Cancel out x minus 3. So we have limit x goes to 3, x minus 5, x minus 4. And then you resubstitute. So 3 minus 5, 3 minus 4, negative 2 over negative 1. The answer is, so does the limit exist? It does, because we modified and we resubstitute. Same concept is here. Once you modify and resubstitute, this tells us about your limit. What is the limit when x goes to 7? Anytime you modify and resubstitute, that's your limit, okay? So your limit is 14. So does the limit exist? Yes, it does. So this question, this option is wrong. Limit does exist. Now, look at here, continuous. When x is not 7, our y value is 14. But when x is 7, our y value is 15. So it is a continuous function? No. So A is a right choice. But you cannot just pick that. Sorry, so it says A is not continuous. What I'm saying? A says A is continuous. Function is continuous. But is our function continuous? So A is out. So what information we have now? Limit exists, but it's not continuous. Do you see any option here that says limit exists, but it's not continuous? So that's all you have to do. Find the limit and then look at the y value. If they both are equal, then it's a continuous function. If they're not equal, then the option you have, pick that option. So let's say you did this work, but you didn't pick the correct choice. Do you get the point? What do you think? No. Because which one is correct? Like you marked 2 wrong. Okay, I understand. But you still have 3 of them left. Which one is correct answer in your opinion? So you have to tell us. So see, it wasn't bad. The next one is actually even more good. It's better. Why? Because all you have to do is look at the y value when your x is 3. X is 3, what is y value? And also you have to look at the limit when x is going to 3 of this function. So you're looking at 2 things. Now, if you observe the inequality, which inequality has the equal sign? The first one. It means x is less than 3, also x is equals 3. That means when x is equals 3, what is your y value? which function is supposed to use? The top one or the bottom one? The top one, because only top one has the x equals 3 symbol. So it's 3 plus 2, which is 5. Now, which of these options has x equals 3, y equals 5? C, D, E. So you're going to cross out these two. Now, this 5 looks very close to one another. One says limit doesn't exist. The other says limit is 5, and the other says limit is 11. So what do you need to look now? Look at what? The limit. The bottom's right, but you need to look at the limit. What is the limit of this function? So for piecewise function, since you look, so do you have any problem here when you substitute? When x is 3, the top function says y is x plus 2. If you substitute 3, do you have any problem? Any type of problem you face? No. So it's simply 3 plus 2, 5. If you don't have any problem, you don't have to modify, just substitute. Now the second one says again, if you substitute x is 3, what's the y value? X squared plus 2. So if you substitute here, you get 9 plus 2, which is 11. Now here, this is the left side because it's only for all the numbers smaller than x or equals x. And this is y value for all the numbers that is bigger than x. So the left side of the 3 is telling you your y value is 5, but the right side of the x is telling you y value is 11. So does the limit exist? No. So which of these options has y value 5 and limit doesn't exist? See. So for limit, look at both sides for piecewise function. Here, we didn't have to look at the both sides because we modified the function. When you modify, that's your limit when you resubstitute. But here, because look at here. Let's say this is 5 and this is 11 and let's say this is 3. This information is telling us for all the number x is smaller than or equals to 3, your y value is 5. So you're coming somewhere here and your y value is 5. And the right information is telling you for all the number bigger than 3 for x value, your y value is coming to 11. So for all the number bigger than 3, your y value is coming to 11. So the y value is coming toward 11 from the right side, and y value is coming to left to 5 from the left side. Now, when you are exactly at 3, is your left side and right side give you the same y value? It doesn't. So that's why the limit doesn't exist. Also, this function is not continuous. If they don't do the same equal, it doesn't exist. So if both are 5, then it would be. Yes. And if they both meet at 11, then the answer will be E. So two different y values, if something is wrong. The limit doesn't exist, the function is not continuous, all the problems we have when you have two different y's for the same x. For example, if you're the same one person but have two y's, your life is miserable, right? Yeah. Like, come on, one y will want to get you, the other one will say, no, I want to get you. Like, you live in a chaotic life. So same thing here. If both sides doesn't meet at the same point, you have two different y values for the same one x value, something is wrong. Everything is wrong. And that's how you do multiple choice questions. Show work, pick correct choice. If you don't pick anything, it's 0. It doesn't matter how much work you have. Medicine. Both of them are from last final. So they gave 2 of them. And now we have another one, continuity. Continuity follows the same rule. You look at the left side and the right side for the same x value. If you have the same y value for both sides, then the function is continuous. Otherwise, it's not. So they are saying find out where this function is continuous or discontinuous. So look at your intervals. You have negative infinity to positive infinity, the function. And then in this interval, you have three functions. One function is before -3, where you have y equals x squared. Another function is between -3 and 1, which is -3x. And then you have last function, which is bigger than 1. You have 3x squared plus 1. So three functions on the same plane, and they broke down into two places. One is x is -3, and one is when x is 1. So x squared is continuous. That means this is continuous forever here. -3x is a line, so it's continuous forever here. Now x squared is a parabola, so it's continuous forever here. So all these functions are continuous in the individual interval. So the problem is lying here. Do we have same y value from the left side and from the right side? That's all you need to check. So let's check. When x is -3, we have two different y values. Sorry, two different functions. The first function is the x squared, and the second function is -3x. So let's see, do you get the same y value for this -3? So substitute. We have -3 squared, and we have -3 times -3. What is -3 squared? 9. What is -3 times -3? Still 9. So that means this function and this one, they meet at 9. Let's say this is y value 9. So the left and the right, they both are meeting at the same y value. So is this function continuous at -3? Yes. Y is continuous. So then we move on to the next problem, x equals 1. When you have x equals 1, the left side, so x equals 1 has two y values. The left one is -3x, and the right one is 3x squared plus 1. So let's substitute and check what happens. This is -3 times 1, and this one is 3 times -1 squared plus 1. What is -3 times 1? -3. And what is 3 times -1 squared? +3, and then plus 1, 4. Do we have the same y value for the same x value? No. So one of them is saying our y value is -3, but the other one is saying our y value is 4. So this is the y value here, and this is the y value here. So this function, one side is -3, the other side is +4. So is it continuous? Not continuous at x equals 1. Now, usually they ask for interval of continuity, where this function is continuous. So by observing in graph, the smallest number is -infinity. From -infinity is continuous. Is it continuous at -3? And then you move on, move on. Is it continuous at +1? So it's continuous from -infinity to 1. And then at 1, it broke down, it jumped. And then is it continuous after +1? Yes. So continuous is from -infinity to 1. And then for 1, we have a y value. Sorry, for 1 here, we don't have a y value. So this is parentheses. And then for this function, we have a y value x equals 1. So we put close parentheses, infinity. So it's continuous from negative infinity to 1. So from negative infinity to 1 is continuous. But in this here, 1 doesn't have the equal sign. Since it doesn't have the equal sign, so we have to put a parenthesis on the left interval. And then from here, it's a parabola, so it's continuous forever. So from 1 to infinity, it's parentheses. And why I'm putting close bracket? Because look at this last function. The last function has an equal sign. Equal sign means bracket. No equal sign means parentheses. So if you have an equal sign, it's bracket. Less than equal or bigger than equal, something like that. But if you have only less than or bigger than, then it's parentheses.
So the second one with the bracket is from
This function, the last equation,
and then the one with the parentheses, second.
second one, because these are continuous. And this is continuous separately. So you have a number here, negative infinity. It dominates from negative infinity to negative 3, the first function, negative 3 to positive 1, the second function. And we just found out it's continuous from negative infinity to 1. But this 1 is coming from the second function. Second function doesn't have equal sign.
Wrong to do like negative infinity, negative to 1, like would that be wrong? So that be wrong.
That will not be wrong, but that will not be in the multiple choice. So the possible multiple choice you see for this question might be this. Probably A is negative infinity to negative 3, negative 3 to 1, 1 to infinity. Another choice could be negative infinity to negative 3, negative infinity to 1, bracket, union 1 to infinity. Another choice could be negative infinity to 1, and then 1 to infinity. So those choices are very close to one another. That's why you have to pick a choice, otherwise it's wrong. So what's wrong with this one? This one is telling us x doesn't have this one, you have negative 3. But it doesn't, this one is negative. So that's why this is wrong. This one is saying from negative infinity to 1 it exists, and when the function you have from negative infinity to 1, at that time when x is 1, you have valid y value. But look at our intervals. We have negative infinity here. From negative infinity until 3 is this interval. In this interval, 1 doesn't have an equal sign. Since 1 doesn't have an equal sign, we cannot have a bracket because there is no 1 in that side. So that's why this option is wrong. Okay, so these are the 3 questions I found most of you got wrong, or I didn't give credit because it didn't show work. The easy one is actually this one. Almost all of you got this one correct because I gave exactly same question as the review sheets. So this one is same thing. Step 1, substitute 0 and see do you have a problem or not. So it says when x is not 0, we have x squared minus x over x cubed plus 6x. And you know, when someone tells us don't do something, we actually do it. So this is what we're going to do. It says don't substitute x with 0, but we are going to substitute x with 0 because we are human beings. We always do the opposite. So when you substitute, you get 0 minus 0 over 0 plus 0, which is 0 over 0. So what type of problem we have? 0 over 0. What's the solution for 0 over 0 problem? Modify. So how are you going to modify this function?
The top end.
So what is left? And then in the bottom, x bar plus 6. And then what do you do?
How you cancel this?
Cancel out x. And now resubstitute and see, do you have the same problem or not? 0 minus 1 divided by 0 plus 6. What do you have? Negative 1 over 6. So now they are saying when x is 0, it's c, but they're asking, hey, what is c? So we found when x is 0, what's the y value? Negative 1 over 6. So these type of questions they look bad, but actually they are not hard. You just have to know how to start and what are the valid methods you can do. But first step is always substitute. Whether it's equal sign, not equal sign, doesn't matter. Substitute and see, do you have any problem or not? If you do, what type of problem you have? So anytime you have 0 over 0 means modify and then resubstitute. And then we have a second type of problem, like this one. It says find the limit. So anytime you're finding the limit, first step is substitute. So let's start with this one. This one doesn't have any plus or minus sign. So let's see this one. When you substitute 2 here, what do you get? 2 square over 2 minus 0. What is 2 square? 4. Sorry, 2 minus 2. What is 2 minus 2? 0. Do you have a problem here? We do. But is it 0 over 0 problem? No. It's a number over 0 problem. So you have to remember, what did I tell you? Oh, what did our instructor told us in class? A number over 0 means what? What type of problem you have? Vertical asymptote. Good job. And for vertical asymptote, what type of limit you get? Do you get a number or do you get what? No. You have 3 choices. Either it's plus infinity or minus infinity or DNE. You do not get a number for vertical asymptote. For 0 over 0, you get a number as the limit. But for vertical asymptote, there is no number in your limit. It should be either infinity or it doesn't exist. That's why you have to check the left side and the right side and see what's the y value you have. What's the sign for your y value? So you have 2 here, you have 1 here, and you have 3 here. This one is saying pick a number from the left side of your 2. Somewhere here. Let's say x value is, what number we have on the left of 2? 1.9 or 99. Anything is fine. And now let's see what's the y value we get. We have 1.9 square, 1.9 minus 2. Now I see many people try to do the math, but you're not looking for number, so don't do math. What is anything square? What sign you get? Positive. And on the denominator, which number is bigger? 2. 2 has what sign? So the answer will be negative. So when you divide positive by negative, it's negative, but it's not negative anything, it's negative infinity. Vertical asymptote is 3 or one of these 3. So you look at the sign by doing substitution, but then the sign and your infinity symbol. Pedro, no phone. You do the same thing on the right side. You pick a number from the right side. What number we have on the right of 2? 2.1. So let's see what do we get. 2.1 square divided by 2.1 minus 2. So what sign do you have on the top? But this is not your limit. What is your limit? Infinity. You have to put infinity. You didn't put infinity. You did something wrong. That's why I didn't give you points. Don't think you did something right. You did everything right and I didn't give you points. No. But how do you know this?
How do I, cause I did it.
See, what are these? How do you know this? And what did he say?
How
Did you read that?
else would I know it though? Like I obviously plugged it in.
Did we learn this?
Like you plug it in, but you,
Did you do that? Did you do that?
how else would I get positive, negative, positive?
Exactly, that's my point.
And I plugged it in
What are
here, so
these?
it's so like, like it's so
No.
presumable. Like
Just because you have a number over zero, it doesn't mean it doesn't
I
exist.
think, and if another
It doesn't
person,
exist because of this scenario. However, if you have positive infinity, you still get something over zero, but then say
I
that doesn't
genuinely
exist.
think if this was the final exam, they would give me the points because it's
No,
enough.
because I'm going to grade the final exam,
You're gonna read hours?
of course.
Say wallahi.
Why should I
Actually,
clear? But guess what? Anytime I don't know what to do, like should I give points or shouldn't I go to the department and ask the chairperson, like, hey, should I give the points and shouldn't? Most of the time they say you shouldn't because of something wrong. So if I ask you this question, definitely they will tell me, no, you shouldn't. That's why, guys, I'm keep telling you, please listen to me. Show your work. If you show your work, then I can see what you are learning in this class or what you have learned in this class. Okay? Do you know what's the main purpose behind exam? Why do you give exam? So that you can cheat? We want to test your knowledge. Do you have enough knowledge to move on? So if you don't show your work and then just give me something, how I'm testing your knowledge? Like how can I measure your knowledge? So yes, he gave me positive, negative, DNA. But how? Where did those positive, negative, and DNA come from?
It's so obvious that.
It is not so obvious.
That's so obvious that I didn't.
But see here, I bolded this. Why did I bold this? Because I knew you didn't see it otherwise. So I bolded this out in 16 or 17 or 18 font. I don't know. See what? I bolded in both parts, part 1 and part 2. Okay. I bolded out so we can see. Please show your work, please. So all you have to do is show. See, I don't see your head. I don't see your brain. So show me by showing your work. If you show your correct work, I will gladly give you points. And if I'm happy, I even give extra credits. Okay. If I see any neat exam, I always give extra 1 or 2 points. I do that. But see, your exams, either your exams are lacking proper work or it's so messy that it gives me headache.
Wait, our finals is this on Wednesday.
Our final exam is Wednesday, 12, what is Wednesday? 15, 16, 17. 17, 8 a.m.
That's too early.
I know. Not in this room.
There's no retake.
Retake.
Like if you can't like go up to pay.
Then you should go to the department.
That's way too early.
Yeah. So room number.
There's
Wait.
no substitute for the cut.
Yeah, but they have all the. Oh shit! I gave my morning student wrong information. You guys are 6119. And my morning class is my algebra class is in different location, 11th floor. I told them go to 6119. And I was thinking, is it a lecture hall? No. I have to fix that. So anyway, you guys, 6119. It's on the 6th floor.
So it's just this.
Only this class. Another question.
Like, they okay to have to finance, it'll be negative.
Oh, in the final exam, they will not actually give you the left side, right side. They will ask this question directly. Find the limit.
Oh, that's easy.
What's the answer?
Huh?
What's the answer?
That,
Uh-huh.
the end.
Now what's the answer?
The end.
No. Okay, let me. So you think it's easy? Okay, no problem. Let me give you an example here.
Oh.
Okay. So let's say you have limit x goes to -2 of x squared and x plus 2. Tell me the limit. Salahuddin, tell me the limit. Tell me the limit for this question. In the final exam, they'll ask only this question. That's it. No left, no right. Only this question. So you think showing work is not necessary? You can do everything. Tell me the answer. No, not you. Them. Only Johnny and Salahuddin. Okay, so you're saying the limit is what?
I'm not giving you an answer.
Okay, so Johnny said the limit doesn't exist. Now, what do you think?
That's literally the end.
I can't see the handwriting. Is it 2? Is it x plus 2?
Okay. It's X. Actually, let me make it a little bit more final exam type.
You're making the problem on.
I'm thinking about the old final exam. I'm trying to visualize it. Let's say 4 plus 2. No, let's say this is 1. Come on, what can I think of anything? Okay. And this is going to positive 1. Okay. So what's the limit?
That's the end.
Okay, so Johnny answered DNA. What do you think? You think it's 3? You also think it's DNA. Okay, so let's see. Let's check.
Oh, that is the end.
Let's check.
How is it not?
We could do it together so I can finish it.
Exactly.
We do the last one and the right one.
So first of all, you substitute. You always substitute when you see limit question, always. So what do you get? 1 over 1 minus 0, 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 0. So 1 minus 0, okay? 1 minus 0 is not 0. 0 over 1 is 0, but 1 over 0 is not 0.
I mean, like anything over 0 is the end.
Exactly, it's DNA, but you're doing limit question. So remember, limit has different types of problem. What type of problem is this? Vertical asymptote. So for vertical asymptote, you do not write DNA right directly.
Oh.
You have to test the left and the right, and then you decide it's DNA or not. Okay? Because vertical asymptote has 3 choices. Either the answer will be infinity, or the answer will be negative infinity, or the answer will be DNA. There are 3 choices for vertical asymptote. You have to see which one makes sense. So let's see. We are going to X from the left side. So if this is 1, and this is 0, and this is 2, what number we have on the left of 1? 0.1, 0.9. So 0.9 square, 0.9 to the 4 minus 1. So positive over negative. So this is 4th power.
Positive.
So 0.9 to the 4th power. Is it more than 1 or less than 1?
Wait, it's less than 1. Less than 1.
It's still less than 1 because decimal. It doesn't matter how many times you multiply the decimal, it's still, right? Let me check. I don't want to give you wrong information. 0.9 to the power 4. It's still less. So still negative. So you have negative infinity. From the right side, 1.1. We still have positive. So it's a bad example. I wanted to give you something that actually has a infinity. 1 over x squared. I got it. Yeah. I got a good one. A easy one, very easy one, okay? We don't have to think hard. 1 over x squared. And our limit is going to 0. So what is our first step? What do you do? For any type of limit question, what is our first step? Substitute. So what do you get? 1 over 0. So whatever problem we have, it is DNA, right? But you're doing limit question, remember? So limit, so we have 0 here, and what is on the left? -1 and +1. So x is going to 0 from the left side. What number you want to pick from the left side? 0.1 is on the right side. -0.9. No, 0.1. 9 is closer to the 1. -0.1. Right here, we have -0. Oh yeah, -0.1, 0.2, 0.9, 0. You cannot, is too far. You have to pick something that is close. Because sometimes a graph for the next whole number, it gives you different information.
You'll stop touching.
So get something closer. It's 0.1, -0.1 squared. So 1 is positive, and any negative number. What is any negative number squared? So positive or positive, what is our left side limit? Positive infinity. So remember, you guys told me the answer is DNA, okay? Because you substituted and found 1 over 0. Now let's go to 0 from the right side. Anything bigger than 0 is positive, right? So 1 over positive square. So you have positive over positive. What is positive over positive? Infinity. So what's the limit? Infinity. That doesn't exist. The limit is infinity. So just because you have a number over 0, it automatically doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You have to check left and right. If they both give you the same sign, then our limit is that sign, that infinity. And that's why if you didn't show correct work, I didn't give you any points because you're going to see this in the final exam. And then I'm going to punish again in the final exam if you don't show the work. So you should learn from your mistakes.
-4 to the left.
It depends on their mood. Usually they do for piecewise function. It's easy for piecewise function. Here, maybe they'll ask you what's the limit x goes to 3 from the left side. So -3. So you're going to see which equation is on the left side of -3. So this is -3 and this is -3. Which of these equations is on the left side of the -3? This is the -3. What equation is on the left side of the -3? X squared. So you just substitute -3 and that's the limit. So they ask for one-sided limit in piecewise function. William, you asked me for partial extra credit and you're using phone. Yeah, your hands. You're not doing anything, your hands are doing that. So you guys always complain you're not doing well in the exam. And you think it's my fault you're not doing in the exam. There is no carving by the Department of Policy. Should I go to the department and record what I asked them and what answer they give me?
So, they can give us like some study message.
Study my exams, my review sheets, and you'll be fine. Trust me.
Please. how about if he gets that one?
Okay, now there is another question will be in the final lesson about horizontal asymptote. Now, horizontal asymptote and infinite limit are the same thing, okay? Almost same thing. So you just have to remember your three rules. When the denominator is bigger, have bigger power, your limit is always 0. Your horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. If you have the same power on the top and the bottom, then your limit is y equals their coefficient, and your limit is the coefficients, and your horizontal asymptote is y equals the coefficients. And then they are different on the numerator. If the numerator is bigger, the limit does exist, but for horizontal asymptote, it doesn't exist. Why not? Because for limit, we can calculate, but for horizontal asymptote, we do not calculate anything. So anytime you have numerator has the higher degree, your horizontal asymptote does not exist, but your limit, the infinite limit, does exist, okay? So for example here, you look at the highest degree on the top and highest degree on the bottom. Salahuddin, no substitution. You just observe the degrees. We have negative 4x squared and 2x squared. The x squared cancel out. So what's the answer? -2. Few of my best students here, they substituted infinity, and guess what did I give them? Because you're not supposed to substitute infinity. Infinity over infinity doesn't exist. So if you substitute infinity to everything, you get infinity over infinity. So that means all of them should be doesn't exist. So you cannot substitute infinity at the beginning. First you have to First you have to bring the highest degree from the top and highest degree from the bottom. And then you can substitute infinity for infinite limit. So here the variable cancel out. So we don't have to substitute any infinity. The answer is -2. Same scenario is here. You get -4 squared over 2x squared. They cancel out, so the answer is -2. We don't care about what type of limit they have. Positive infinity or negative infinity, doesn't matter. When there is no variable, that's it. The coefficients is the answer. So for horizontal asymptote, you are going to write y equals -infinity. For limit, just a number. But the asymptote needs the y value, the y thingy. Now the second scenario, just it, that's it. Y is for horizontal asymptote, not for the limit.
Wait, how does they?
Because horizontal asymptote, horizontal,
Oh.
it's a horizontal line.
Oh.
So you have to write as an equation.
Also, like for vertical, you have it.
You have to write x equals the line.
Oh.
So horizontal asymptote means horizontal wall. Vertical asymptote means vertical wall that you cannot cross. So for every vertical asymptote has x equals something. For every horizontal asymptote has y equals something. Because these are horizontal line, so you need to write the equation. What is v? Oh, no. You're confusing.
I was asking like why is only something not why is it?
So in this question, you're finding infinite limit. But look at this question. Find the horizontal asymptote for this function. This is another question, okay? They're saying, what's the horizontal asymptote? So in the final exam, they'll ask you this question. They'll give you an equation and they'll ask you, what is your horizontal asymptote? So anytime you see horizontal asymptote, you have to write y equals something. So what is y equals? You look at the highest degree on the top and highest degree on the bottom. So y equals x squared over x cubed. They cancel out, you get 1 over x. Now that 1 over x is 0. Anytime you have x on the denominator, a number on the top, the answer is 0 for horizontal asymptote. And this is also true for the infinite limit. Anytime you have x on the bottom and you're finding infinite limit, it doesn't matter what type of infinite limit you have, the answer is always 0. Jesse.
For the finding a limit, what if you wrote y approaching that number would it be a correct answer?
Y approaching which number?
For example, it would be y approaching -2, would that be considered correct for it?
Which one you're talking about?
Finding following, like, if you wrote the answer as y.
Which limit?
Let's take a, for example, if you wrote.
Here.
Yeah. If you wrote y approaches to that, number, would it be considered correct?
Most of the time, these are multiple choice. They're on the back, on the behind, on the bottom.
Like the 7 piece of paper.
Mhm.
It's stapled on.
It's stapled. Jillian, hold on, Jillian. All you have to do is, if you can show me this, I'll be happy. Because I can see that you compared that. However, so if you show me this and then the answer is 0, I'll accept. If you do this and tell me the answer is 0, I'll accept. But I will not accept the answer for E and F. Why not? Because E, F needs work. So highest degree is this. So you see, you show me this and then suddenly you give me the answer. No. You need to write x cubed and minus 5x squared. They cancel out, so you have x over minus 5. And then you have to substitute your limit. Your limit is going to negative infinity. So you're going to substitute the x value with negative infinity. So you have negative infinity over negative 5. So what's your limit? Positive infinity. So for when the numerator is bigger, show me your substitution. But when the denominator is bigger or when they both have the same power, you don't need any work. Okay. So same scenario here, you have limit x is going to, I don't need to write infinity. So, come on. So we have 1 over negative 5, and then you substitute, sorry, x over negative 5. You substitute infinity, you get infinity over negative 5, which is negative infinity. So do not give me the answer infinity or negative infinity directly. Show me your substitution. Show me that, but you cannot substitute here. If you substitute here, you get infinity over infinity. Infinity over infinity doesn't exist. That's why you have to reduce it down. You have to have either infinity on the top or infinity on the bottom. Then it exists. But if you're double infinity, you're dividing, it doesn't exist. So these are your infinite rules, which is our thing. Horizontal asymptote. Now, removable discontinuity. Where do you get the removable discontinuity? Where from? From the term canceled out. So we set the canceled term equals 0, solve for x. That means we have to go back to our equation and then see if we can cancel anything. So observe, the numerator is easy. It's easily factorable. What two numbers multiply to -3 combine to -2? -3, +1. And most of you got the denominator wrong. But what's wrong with the denominator? How many terms do you have on the denominator? 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. So usually if you see something in the non-calculated portion, which has 4 terms, you're going to factor by grouping. 4 times automatically means grouping in the non-calculator part. In the calculator parts, it doesn't matter how many times they give you. We just have to use the calculator. So you group 2 by 2. And you observe, can you take out anything common factor? From x cubed and negative 3x squared, can you factor out anything? What can you factor out? X squared. So what is left? X minus 3. And then in the second group, you start with a negative sign, so you have to bring a negative out. What can you factor out this time? 4. And what is left? X minus 3. And now if you compare both groups, what do you see? Same x minus 3. So factor out x minus 3, and you left with x squared minus 4. But x squared minus 4 is more factorable. So what factors we get from here? X plus 2, x minus 2. That means on the numerator, on the denominator, we have x minus 3, x plus 2, and x minus 2. And on the numerator, we have x minus 3 and x plus 1. So can you cancel anything? That means we set this x minus 3 equals 0 to solve for x. But see, it says put x and y. So how do you solve for y? You go back here and substitute x plus 1 over x plus 2, x minus 2. So you get 3 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 3 minus 2. So 4 over 5. So your x is 3, y is 4 over 5. What do we get from the removable discontinuity? Do you get jump, hole, vertical asymptote, horizontal asymptote? Hole. That's why you need x and y, because hole is a point. For vertical asymptote, how do you find vertical asymptote? Not only denominator, simplified denominator equals 0. Because we have two types of denominator. This original denominator and this simplified denominator. Which one gives us vertical asymptote? The simplified one. So we have x plus 2, x minus 2. We set them equals to 0 and it's solved for x. And guess what? In the final exam, you'll definitely have one vertical asymptote questions. And most likely they will be in the calculator part. So in the calculator part, guys, I told you thousands of times how to do this in the calculator, but still you guys did not listen to you. Listen to me. Huh? I did. I didn't show you how to do it in your calculator, but I told you what to do in the calculator. Anytime you are working with vertical asymptote, do not assume the denominator gives you vertical asymptote. It's wrong. Denominator doesn't give you vertical asymptote. The simplified denominator gives you vertical asymptote. That's why you have to see, can you simplify this? That's why you're going to go to your calculator and find out what are the x-intercept you have on the top. So you may have, let me see. I can. Let me tell you, and you punch it. First, go to home. Click on home. And then click on F2. And then click on solve. Once you click on solve, and then you enter your equation. No, the numerator only. So you enter the numerator. X cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6 equals 0. You cannot forget equals 0. There is an equal sign.
Like, what are you finding?
Jawad, can you show him the equal sign?
You know, oh,
There's the equal sign. Equals 0, and then comma,
oh,
and then you have to put variable x, because this is what you're solving for x.
what's the comma?
Show him. And then you have to close the parentheses. And then hit enter. And then you're going to do the same thing on the denominator. So first you have to find both x-intercept. You cannot just assume denominator gives you vertical asymptote.
Oh, where's the comma?
Show him, guys. Just show him.
Press the lead.
No, you don't.
Yeah, oh.
You can do that. Sure.
Wait, how do you put comma?
See, this is comma.
Oh. We're fucking blind, bro. Professor. Can I get like a point for this?
And then you get some x value here, 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 some x value here, here, there. If you see the same thing, you cancel them out. And then the remaining ones, so in this example, there are 2 of them you cancel out.
Do you put it like this?
And this remaining one,
Oh, do you move that? We move that?
no, let's say enter. Oh yeah, you did something wrong. What did you do wrong?
Oh, I put 2 and parentheses.
No, parentheses is after that.
And you press enter?
Mhm.
Oh, I got it. So 1, 2, and 3.
So x equals 1, 2, and 3. Do the same thing for the denominator.
Actually, no one told me this. I thought that.
I didn't give points to anyone.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I want you to learn from your mistake.
I learned from honest.
Remember, only the simplified denominator is vertical asymptote. I'm telling you guys, please listen to me. You're going to see the same question again in next week. Exactly 1 week from, no, 1 week, 1 day before 1 week. So within 6 days, you're going to see the same question again. And do not expect any sympathy from me, because I'm telling you over and over and over what to do, which I told you just before the exam last week, and you guys still didn't listen to me. Get the x on the top, get the x on the bottom, cancel out, and then only the denominator is vertical asymptote. Numerator gives you x-intercept, but the denominator gives you vertical asymptote. Why am I talking? Good luck with your exam, okay? Good luck.
Wait.